Welcome to Health For You channel. Always subscribe to Health For You channel for stay healthy wealthy life. This video we will learn about foods to lower A1C, how to lower A1C. Let's go. How to lower A1C? The question arises in everyone's mind. Foods to lower A1C levels naturally is a list which would help you immensely. If you suffer from diabetes, with high A1C levels, consider what you eat as one of the most important things that will help keep you healthy. Foods to lower A1C are very effective foods. The main thing is that you want to avoid blood sugar spikes. Sweets and sugary sodas, they can be dangerous as the body absorbs these sugars instantly. However, the good news is that there are many foods out there that can actually help in a natural way to lower A1C levels. Natural way to lower A1C, list of foods to lower A1C. Broccoli. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane. This naturally occurring substance, when eaten, will allow an anti-inflammatory process to begin which helps to lower A1C levels naturally. This substance also helps protect blood vessels from heart disease, which is a leading cause of death in people with diabetes. This substance also helps protect blood vessels from heart disease, which is a leading cause of death in people with diabetes. Chocolate. Chocolate is good for me. Yes, in moderation, but stick to dark chocolate. It is full of flavonoids which have shown to reduce insulin resistance, lower A1C levels fast and keep cravings at bay. Tests have shown that people who consume dark chocolate consume less fat and carbohydrates. Tests have shown that people who consume dark chocolate consume less fat and carbohydrates. Blueberries. Blueberries contain both insoluble fiber, helps to get rid of fat in your system, but also soluble fiber which helps to lower A1C levels naturally by slowing down the emptying of the stomach. There is also a natural hormone in the berries which helps regulate blood sugar glucose. Fish. Fish is one of the foods that lower A1C. It is a protein that contains a type of fat that helps reduce body weight inflammation. This, in turn, leads to stabilizing diabetes and weight issues. Make sure that the fish is not fried. Fish has also been credited with reducing the odds of having a stroke by 3%. Make sure that the fish is not fried. Fish has also been credited with reducing the odds of having a stroke by 3%. Oatmeal. Oatmeal is high in magnesium, which is one of the minerals that helps the body to use glucose and secrete insulin correctly. Steel-cut oats can be eaten, but when the grains are whole they assist digestion, allowing blood sugar and lowering A1C levels. Cannellini beans. This has been proven to help control blood sugar levels. They are full of protein and soluble fiber. Studies held by the University of Toronto on the benefits of eating a cup of beans a day resulted in lowering of A1C levels in type 2 diabetes patients. Spinach. Spinach and many other leafy greens like kale and cabbage. They are high in vitamin K and magnesium, which is a natural way to lower A1C levels. To obtain the most nutrition, these leaves should be eaten raw or blanched quickly. Cinnamon. Research has shown that cinnamon can reduce blood sugar, lowering the A1C levels. One such study that was published in the Diabetes Care magazine showed that people with type 2 diabetes who had taken 1 gram of cinnamon a day dropped their fast blood sugar level by 30%. Turmeric. This is featured extensively in an Indian diet. It helps counter the white rice and flour bread which would normally raise A1C levels quickly. Curcumin, which is the active ingredient in turmeric, has the effect of reversing insulin resistance and high blood sugar. Eggs. Whole eggs can give you amazing health benefits if consumed regularly. This superfood can keep you full for hours. If eggs are consumed regularly, it can reduce the risk of heart disease in several ways. Chia seeds. Chia seeds are one of the best foods for people with diabetes. They are very high in fiber. This fiber can help you lower A1C levels. It will also reduce hunger and keep you healthy. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is one of the most chosen dairy product by diabetics. It improves the blood sugar control. Yogurt and other dairy foods can help you in weight loss, and it also improves body consumption for people with type 2 diabetes. Nuts. Nuts are very delicious and they are nutrition-packed. Almost all the types of nuts have fiber and they are very low in digestible carbs. Extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin online oil is heart-friendly oil. If you haven't switched your regular oil with olive oil, it's high time you do so. It had oleic acid, which improves triglycerides and HDL. Flax seeds. Flax seeds are super healthy food. It helps decrease heart disease risk and it also improves blood sugar control. Flax seeds are foods to lower A1C. Apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar has numerous health benefits. Although it's made from apples, the sugar in the apple is fermented into acetic acid, and it has 1 gram of carbs after completion. Strawberries. Strawberries are packed with nutrition. They contain a lot of antioxidants known as anthocyanins, which make its color red. Strawberries are very low in sugar. It also contains lots of powerful anti-inflammatory properties and it helps reduce heart disease risk. Garlic. Garlic reduces lower blood sugar, inflammation, LDL cholesterol and blood pressure for people who have diabetes. It is one of the foods to lower A1C. Squash. The seasonal squash contains lots of antioxidants which help in reducing blood sugar and insulin levels. What's the A1C test? A1C test measures how effectively your system is currently holding blood sugar levels. For this, the A1C test norms the percentage of the hemoglobin in the blood sample. When sugar enters the bloodstream, it binds to a reddish blood cell called hemoglobin. The greater blood sugar ranges are, the more hemoglobin is jumped. Red blood cells stay for approximately 4 months. Hence A1C final results represent long-term blood sugar levels. A1C evaluations have been done with blood acquired using a finger prick or drawing the blood. Physicians are going to recap A1C evaluations before treating diabetes. First, A1C exams help medical doctors work out a person's evaluation A1C level for future assessment. How usually A1C evaluations have been needed after finding changes based on the kind of diabetes along with managing aspects. How to lower A1C levels. Several scientific tests have proven that decreasing A1C amounts might lessen the hazard or seriousness of diabetes. Together with type 1 diabetes, a lot more managed blood sugar levels are correlated with lower levels of ailment expansion. With type 2 diabetes, organized A1C ranges have proven to lower indicators involving the smaller nerves and arteries within your body. This affects pain and eyesight while diminishing complications. Long-term research has demonstrated that early and intensive blood sugar control can cut back cardiovascular disease for those who have type 1 or 2 diabetes. Even tiny fluctuations in A1C levels could have enormous effects. Even the ADA urge that preserving precise control of blood sugar levels reduces the likelihood of diabetes issues somewhat. They indicate that many individuals who have diabetes ought to sustain A1C degrees under 7%. An identification of diabetes also does occur by having the A1C of 6.5% or greater of 2 different circumstances. There are some methods to decrease or restrain A1C levels with a combined of physical exercise plan and dietary plan. Focusing on foods to lower A1C is a great way to lower A1C levels naturally. Exercise tips to lower A1C levels naturally. Obtaining at the least 150 minutes of normal bodily activity is advocated each week, which is around half an hour and 5 times per week. Try to do more daily life activities. All these are regular activities which individuals have a tendency to do every day. Workout programs can be all helpful, but all kinds of activity will help in reducing A1C levels. Tracking blood sugar to assure goals have been satisfied, and if any changes are there, then they can be addressed. Sticking to medication or treatment goals. Placing and accomplishing fat loss plans. Monitoring advancement for self-motivation and doctor mention. Involve others in your life cause some lifestyle changes are easier to acquire if the people around you support you or help you monitor your progress. The majority of foods aside from lean proteins feature a few sugar. Handling sugar consumption and keeping up a healthy diet regime is critical to lowering A1C levels. Exercise and foods to lower A1C is a good combo to achieve great results in no time. Diet tips to lower A1C levels naturally, foods that lower A1C naturally. Food should be eaten at optimal times. Try to cut down with proportions. Maintaining a rigorous meal program, eat every 3 to 5 hours. Snack and meals should be almost same size. Meal planning should be on time. Diary should be kept for workouts, meals, medicines. Try to consume more of carbs throughout the day. Make whole grains, fruits, nuts, beans, vegetables, as a part of your diet. Eating a balanced diet plan full of healthful carbohydrates, proteins, along with carbs. Searching the aid of the registered dietitian. These are some foods that lower A1C levels naturally. A great tip which is carb counting. Even the ADA specify just one serving of carbs as around 15 grams and adults have around 50 to 60 grams with just about every meal. Decreasing or lowering consumption could be mandatory based on patient requirements, exercising patterns, and therapy aims. Foods to lower A1C. How to lower A1C. The more time the food takes to digest, the less it affects blood glucose levels. Food items with simple sugars have been digested considerably faster and certainly will spike blood glucose levels. If you eat properly, these foods to lower A1C will lower your A1C levels. Most blood sugar control plans give attention to monitoring carbs, as it's the primary dietary supply of sugar, glucose. Moderate level carbs. Even though managing carbs is crucial, folks don't have indeed dodged them entirely. Carbs are very important as they are the primary source of the body and brain and they have essential nutrients. Individuals with diabetes may love carbs while preserving healthy A1C levels provided that means are more balanced and also distributed evenly daily. Carbs are divided to sugars, starches, and fibers. Sugars feature molecules which instantly consume, which spikes the blood sugar levels. Carbohydrates function sugar molecules which require extended time to break up and absorbed, impacting blood sugar levels evenly as time passes. Moderate carbs should be included in the pack of foods to lower A1C. Fiber. It is more complex, also takes more time to break down, and this supplies energy which can be sustained for a longer period and reduces the spike in blood glucose. Fiber will help nourish out the digestive system. Average glucose. Less refined, pure sugars such as those present in fruits, vegetables, and low-carb milk food are suggested more than processed sugar levels. Complete fruits, vegetables, and dairy products contain a much higher level of nourishment compared to many fully prepared meals and not much sugar. Though most of fruits and veggies contain natural nutrients and some natural sugar, a few have more than others. Many vegetables contain significant levels of fiber. Some options for low-sugar fruits, foods to lower A1C. Lemon, lime, guava, olives, avocados, kiwi fruit, cranberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, plums, tangerines, nectarines, broccoli, cauliflower, grapefruit, kale, lettuce, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, spinach, cucumbers, zucchini, tomatoes, collard greens, celery, mushrooms. These are some of the fruits you may go for. This can be added to the diet to lower A1C. You need to control the foods and vegetables which are high in sugar and not avoid them altogether. Fruits and foods to lower A1C are one way towards lower A1C levels. Lactose. This is mostly found in dairy products. There's not much of a difference between reduced fat, full fat, and low-fat milk. Some daily options with little sugar. Cottage cheese. Yogurts. Natural creamers. Whole grain. Starches and some complex carbohydrates have grains, legumes, starchy vegetables, and it'll mostly make up for a majority of the sugar consumption. Whole grains are also one of the best foods that lower A1C levels naturally. Starches can be a better choice for carbs compared to simple sugars, but they are not created equally. Rayas, cereals, whole grain bread, pasta. This food contain vitamins B and E, and they also have minerals and fiber and some essential fatty acids. One should try to avoid bleached or processed grains and cereals as they usually have fewer nutrients and they have more sugar compared to the whole grain products. People with diabetes should always be alert of certain goods which claim to have whole wheat. Many of the products in the market have high levels of processed grains, and they even contain more sugar. Whole grains are one of the best listed foods to lower A1C. Some whole grain option, foods that lower A1C. Whole grain barley. Cracked wheat. Buckwheat flour. Whole wheat flour. Millet. Brown rice. Whole oats. Whole rye. Sorghum. Popcorn. Quinoa. Wild rice. Whole grain corn. Whole farm. Amaranth. Triticale. Legumes and starchy veggies. Lots of fruits and starchy vegetables have healthy levels of nutrients and fiber in the skins. Vegetables such as potatoes contain great concentrations of starch compared to others. Consumption of such foods has to be monitored to keep your A1C levels low. Some fruits and vegetables, diet to lower A1C. Green peas. Corn. Pinto beans. Parsnip. Pumpkin. Spring squash. Acorn. Butternut. Lentils. Yams. Dried black-eyed split peas. Low-fat beans. Baked beans. Sweet potatoes. Palm hearts. Taro. Garlic. These are some great foods to lower your A1C levels naturally. Understand the A1C levels, how to lower A1C. The results of the A1C test are in percentage. If the levels of A1C are high, then it can lead to more complications with diabetes. Some physicians also use A1C test results as average glucose or EAG. EAG can be determined by relating the values of A1C levels with numbers. In some countries such as the US, EAG levels are described in milligrams per deciliter. Understanding how to lower A1C and implementing those steps is the key to go. What exactly is measured in an A1C test? A1C is one of the primary tests used to diagnose diabetes and for its management. It can be used to verify type 1 and type 2 diabetes, but it may not be used to test gestational diabetes. It also is used to predict if anyone is going to get diabetes. If you want to understand properly how to lower A1C, you first have to know more about the A1C test. How much sugar or glucose is attached to the hemoglobin can be found in the A1C test. If more glucose is attached, then it means the A1C levels will be higher. This is a great test as it doesn't require fasting. It shows the blood sugar levels of a particular time frame instead of just one single time. There's no specific timing for this test as can be done at any moment in the day. It's easy and can help predict diabetes. If you want to know how to lower A1C first, you should understand what they are going to measure. What is the A1C score? How to lower A1C? The normal levels of A1C are below 5.7%. If you have a score of 5.7 to 6.4, then it can be predicted as pre-diabetes. If you get pre-diabetes, then it can put you at a risk of getting type 2 diabetes. In any case, you get positive for pre-diabetes, you should make sure that you get tested and checked every year. Once your A1C levels cross 6.5, then you are diagnosed with type 2. You can try to lower A1C levels by keeping them below 7 as this can reduce the risk of complications. You should eat foods to lower A1C in order to control your levels. If you want to lower your score, then you have to know how to lower A1C. Some tips on how to lower your A1C, natural ways to lower A1C levels. Exercise regularly. You should work out at least 30 minutes a day and 5 times a week. There's no compulsion to do the routine use, you can opt for any form of exercise. Try to do something you enjoy and which can move your body a lot. For, e.g., taking your pup for a walk, if you are into dancing, you can go for Zumba, play any sport, ride bicycles, etc. If you increase your activity level, then your A1C levels may come down. Try to take a walk after your meals. Take a thumbs up from your doctor first before indulging in any activity. Being more active can lower the risk of developing diabetes. A balanced diet and its sizes. Try to improvise your meals by changing your meal plates. Try to go for salad plates instead of regular plates as this can prevent overeating. You should avoid processed foods and also eliminate sugar sodas from your diet and fruit juices with sugar in it. Try to go to a dietitian if you are unable to make your diet. Try to have more non-starchy foods to lower A1C levels. Make sure that you monitor the serving size of your meals, mostly when having fats, fruits, lean proteins, and some complex carbs such as potatoes, bread, and some other starches. The professional can help you with great food. You have to take few calories and burn more. Don't avoid healthy carbs as they assist in lowering A1C levels naturally. It's important to monitor how much carbs you are having at one point. If you follow the list of foods to lower A1C, then you can bring down your sugar levels. Follow a schedule. Don't skip meals and don't take a huge gap between meals. Don't often eat or too much at a time, as these things can make your blood sugar levels fluctuate a lot. The dietitian will help you with the best meal schedule according to your lifestyle. Check blood sugar regularly. Try to keep a journal with you for your A1C levels and understand how certain foods and activities affect your blood sugar. It may also help you with a good eating schedule. You have to check your blood sugar on your own from time to time. Don't just rely on your doctor for monitoring your A1C levels. You have to know what happens with your body. This way you'll know which foods spike your A1C levels, and then you can eliminate those foods from your diet. You have to understand your A1C levels properly, as this is one of the main factors of diabetes management. Lowering A1C levels naturally is what you should focus on. We have stated some natural ways to lower A1C levels in the video. Diagnosis of diabetes leads to lots of complications, and sugar test and blood glucose monitoring have to be done regularly. Diabetic research shows that normal blood sugar levels or blood glucose level should be monitored closely, as it can be damaging for you. Living with diabetes can be difficult, and diabetes treatment can be expensive, as you might also have to spend money on glucose meter, glucose monitoring, insulin pump, managing diabetes, blood glucose control, blood glucose test, diabetes type, diabetes control, fasting glucose, glucose control, glucose level. Understanding how to lower A1C is just a part of the process. Low blood glucose or low blood sugar and high blood glucose can create a lot of diabetes complications for type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. This list of foods to lower A1C must have helped you, I guess. If you have any inputs, you can let me know in the comments below. If you have prediabetes, diabetes, or other conditions that affect blood sugar, visit the link in the description below the video to get 3-step plan. Reverse diabetes, no meds, doctors or procedures, only $37, 60 days money back, guarantee 100%. Thousands of people are now diabetes free simply from this 3-step plan. Reverse diabetes.